Well, this is what happens when you put the pancake batter in the waffle maker. It doesn't quite function well, and it's kind of gooey. Oh well, I'll eat it. Alrighty guys, I just finished doing some cardio. I did farmer's walks for 45 minutes and then 15 minutes at the elliptical. After burning 600 calories, I think it's time to make some real breakfast because those waffles did not cut it. Mainly because they weren't waffles. Just gonna pour these big massive flapjacks. Why? Because why not? I've been asked a couple times by people if I still did do the farmer's walks, and the answer is yes. But I've been doing them alternatingly, like I've been doing them differently every so often. I've been using the 40-pound dumbbells you see back there, and sometimes what I'll do is I'll just grab one in the right arm and nothing in the left and walk with it while holding it and see how many laps I can do, and then I'll alternate arms, go to the left arm and then carry on with there. And what I find is, well, for instance, that 40, what is that?
22 kilograms is 48.502 pounds.
So yeah, 48.502, okay, 48 pounds of cat litter. When I bought that, before when I used to buy that, I'd have to grab a shopping cart and wheel it out to the car. This time when I went to Walmart and I bought it, I literally just picked it up and carried it one hand to the register and put it on the machine, scanned it, paid for it, walked out of the place. The farmer carries do help, but the reason why I've started doing the alternating, like the one hand hold and the walk, is because how often do you buy something or do you carry something where you have two of the exact same weight? A lot of the times you don't. Man, this pancake's getting real fluffy. It's getting really fluffy. Sweet. Now that's a mother friggin' pancake. Holy crap. Guys, this pan is about a foot diameter. It doesn't look that way on YouTube because, well, YouTube makes everything look smaller. But this pan is about a foot diameter. Okay, maybe 10 inches. Could be 12. I don't know. I know I don't have the specs on it. I don't know. I can't be honest and accurate on what I'm talking about. But she's a big pan. You can easily fit 4 pounds of ground beef in here and brown it. And that pancake practically takes up the whole base of the pan. This is awesome. But back to loaded carries. See, the thing is with loaded carries is there's multiple ways to do them. If you look up farmer's walk, you'll see the farmer's walk is just one of the methods for a loaded carry. And that's where you're carrying two weights of the same weight, one per hand, and you're walking with it. Then there is the uneven loaded walks, or farmer's carries, where like you got a 40 in one hand and a 30 in the other, we'll just say. So that basically you got to counterbalance and use your core to keep from flopping over from being uneven on weight. And then of course there is the single-handed carries, which you can, or suitcase carries, which is the ones that I was doing today, where I started off doing loaded carries, two hands, and then I decided to go to single hand. And that's where you just have one dumbbell in one hand and nothing in the other, and you walk with it and you keep your body upright. You don't lean into the weight. You want to stay upright at all times, so you're really engaging your obliques to force your body to stay upright. So it really burns you in the side, as well as the shoulders, the back, the lats, the friggin' traps. Everything gets just annihilated. There's the one that I haven't tried yet, and I don't think I really care to because it's kind of pointless, is the waiter carry. And I don't know why they call it the waiter carry, because you literally grab a dumbbell and you hold it like this, so it's up in the air, and you walk with it. Last time I've seen a waiter carry a tray, they're not holding the thing up here to the sky so the seagulls can steal your food. They're holding it right here. And I can't bend my wrist back that far because of injuries. But that's what they're doing. So I don't understand why it's called a waiter carry when I've never seen a waiter carry a platter like that. But that's another variant. So if you're looking for a career in waiter waitressing, or I guess server is the political term for that now? I don't know. Frig political. But you can always start doing some waiter loaded carries with a dumbbell, build up that shoulder and trap strength, so that when it does come time to work your job and carry that tray full of drinks, or because they can get pretty heavy. Let me tell you, they can get pretty heavy. I had to do some serving when I worked at the Best Western back in the day. They were short staffed, so they pulled me off the dishwasher and put me out there in a friggin' monkey suit and had me serve people drinks. And yeah, those trays can get pretty damn heavy when they're full of beer. So you really gotta maintain and balance while people are walking around and potentially into you. Only had enough batter for 2 pancakes, but look at how fat that one's getting. My goodness, just inflating like a balloon. It's so pretty. So we got that one and this one. Just 2 pancakes. That's all we're having for breakfast today. 2 really, really, really fat pancakes. I dig it. So this morning when I made the waffles, I literally used 100 grams of eggs, of the egg whites, and 2 scoops of protein powder, and that produced a thick batter that I thought would work. Oh, and I also used a half teaspoon of baking powder. I figured for sure, all this blended together, it's gonna work, it's gonna be awesome. Turns out, it didn't rise, it flattened right out, and it just had indents of a waffle, but the consistency of a pancake. So, obviously I screwed something up, but that's okay. There was a comment mentioned the other day about Japanese pancakes or something, where you whip up the egg whites so that they form peaks, and that's basically how you make a meringue, and then fold in the protein powder and baking powder into the fluffy content, and then you can basically bake that, and it would make those like soft Japanese cookies. I think it was Japanese, could be Chinese, I don't know. But what I do know is that does sound pretty friggin' awesome. And I have seen that technique used. There's a channel I watch called Buff Dudes. It's just a guy and his brother, and they just do bodybuilding and talk about workouts and all that. But they also have food stuff, and that's where I got the idea for that one time for the broccoli crust pizza. They make it on cut when they're cutting. They make the broccoli crust pizza because it's low calorie, dense food. You know, you eat the whole pizza and you're pretty much stuffed, but it's only like 500 calories versus eating a real pizza, which doesn't do shit. Like, yeah, okay, you eat a whole medium pizza from like Domino's or something, you're full, but in an hour, you're going to be hungry again because your body's going to burn through all that and digest all that and be like, okay, we're ready for more, let's go. That's where the good stuff comes into play. The dense, low-calorie foods. That's where I got the idea for that. But they make something called cloud bread, and the way this stuff was described as how you make it sounds really familiar to how you make cloud bread with egg whites and the folding and all that. So I was tempted to give the cloud bread a try one of these days because that might be something else. But basically, Mountain Pancake is done. Guys, look at this. Look at this ridiculous display. Look at them. That's how pancakes should look. Nice golden brown and fluffy and the size of your plate. That's what I'm talking about. Alright, so the whole reason why I did the farmer's walks this morning instead of just sitting at my computer and watching YouTube is so I could actually have a real breakfast after eating that shit breakfast, even though everything I had today was all protein filled, so that's okay. Bon appetit, it's time to go eat. For anybody wondering, that's Greek yogurt on top, not whipped cream. It's 0 sugar Greek yogurt. It's like 70 calories per 1/3 of a cup. I only add like 40 grams, or 60 grams, sorry, to it. But 60 grams turns out to be 2 tablespoons. And the syrup is the E.D. Smith's. I like that kind. Alright, I'm hungry, gonna eat. Oh, that breakfast was so much better than the other breakfast, guys. You wouldn't know. Well, you would know if you made it, but like, it was really good. They're calling for rain today, of course, because today I wanted to do a lot of cardio, so luckily I did a bunch this morning. I could put in a good hour of farmer's walks and elliptical training. Probably going to do some more cardio tonight, whether it be on the pedal bike or it be on the elliptical again. We'll see. I figured I would come downstairs, have a piss before I sign in. But you're probably wondering, Adam, how the hell did you actually pull all this cardio off in the morning and still make pancakes and waffles and all that fun stuff? Well, guys, I've been up since 5 a.m. It's not that I couldn't sleep last night. I slept actually really well. It's just when you go to bed super early, you tend to wake up super early. I'm not one of those guys who can just sleep 10 hours a day. After I get my 7 hours, every hour after that is pretty much gravy. So anyway, I better get signed in and get ready to rock and get this day going. So I'll talk to you guys in a bit. All right, peace. Well, that sucks. It's raining out. I don't know if you can see it. Probably can't. But it's raining. Tried looking at a weather radar and I'm not even sure what the heck I'm looking at. Like, I guess there's North Bay, dead center of the map, and that green shit's currently pouring on us. So if I like move this ahead a bit, the green stuff moves. I don't know how late it'll go. So at 5:20, it looks like we're dead center in the crap, and it looks like there's some red crap coming our way. I don't know exactly. Oh, we might avoid the red crap. Yeah, there's an excellent chance we might avoid the red crap. Maybe I will get some biking in tonight. If not, I have a battle plan. Got a message from a couple people on Facebook, and some people mentioned in the comments that apparently the dollar store sells. Now I went on Dollarama, or not dollar store, but Dollarama. Now I went on Dollarama's website, and it's about as useful as tits on a bull. It doesn't show anything as far as fishing. You type in fishing, and they want to sell you bulk things like knives and stuff, and it's like, I don't want to buy bulk. I only need lures, like one lure. That's it. Their website, I think, is more or less for like companies who want to order some stuff, not for people like me who just want to order a thing or see what they have in stock. I don't know. The website's weird. Like, I tried looking up camping, and I came across a bunch of camping tent pegs, but it's not for a pack of 6. It's for 100 packs of 6. So what the heck am I going to do with 600 tent pegs? Guess I could hook up 100 tents. Anyway, guys, just like yesterday, we're going to have fish and chicken. I bought this haddock anglefin. It's 70 calories per slab. What do we got here? 70 calories, 0 fat, 0 carbs, straight up 16 grams of protein. I dig it. I like these ones better. They come individually wrapped. Unlike the cod that came as a big brick of cod. There we go. Piece of chicken, 2 pieces of fish. Should be good. So we'll let that cook down and we'll be good. But yeah, if the weather's shit tonight, I was thinking we just go to Dollarama and see what kind of tackle they have and how cheap it is. You know, I just watched a couple videos on people making homemade lures. One guy literally made it out of paper and epoxy. He took like a piece of newspaper, cut it to 10 centimeters, like multiple strips, and then used epoxy to join them all together. Literally became a piece of plastic. And then he drew out a shape, cut it out, and made it a freaking lure. Caught some fish on it. I was like, well, that's pretty sweet. If I had the time and the creativity and, you know, the want to do that, that'd be all right. Start building lures. Like, it looked like it took this guy freaking couple days to make one lure, where if you think about all the materials that he used a bunch of 20-minute epoxy, and you come into the price and it's like, oh, to make one lure it's going to cost you like $4 a material. Is it worth it? My answer is hard no. However, this would give me a use for the scroll saw in the garage, because I could use it to cut out the lure templates. Now, I've seen some people make them out of wood, where they use the epoxy in the end to water seal them, so that they wouldn't be a problem. They wouldn't take on water and get logged. And the other thing they've done with them was they weighted them down using, well, weights. So I thought about that too, because once again I could use the scroll saw to cut my shapes. A lot of the people that I watched do this were using weird techniques to cut out their shapes. Only one guy was doing it smart with a jigsaw, but everybody else was like drilling 15,000 holes and perforating the crap out of the wood. It's like, holy crap, bud. You're just go on Kijiji and buy a jigsaw for dirt cheap. Somebody's probably selling a job made out there. If not, go to Canadian Tire or whatever you guys have in the US, American Tire, or that's a thing. And go to the, what do you guys call it? Harbor Freights? Yeah, Harbor Freights. Go to Harbor Freights and pick up a friggin' job made jigsaw. They're probably like 20 bucks. And use that to cut out your lures. But what I liked about these videos were like they were making the lure and then showing the lure, fishing with the lure, and actually catching fish with the lure. And to prove that they did it with the lure, when they brought the fish on shore, they showed the fish with the lure stuck in its face. So I thought that was kind of cool that they were actually fishing with what they were using. But then again, I saw videos of there's a guy I watch, Ace's videos. Ace Video, he does a lot of fishing stuff, and he's got a lot of good tips and tricks. And you know, I learned how to fillet fish. Actually, that's how I learned how to fillet fish, was I watched his video the one day, and it was a catch and cook, and I just skipped ahead to the filleting, and he showed the standard way of filleting, which is the way I filleted the white bass, or the whitefish. So by doing that there, like then I just subscribed to him, because I was like, man, this guy's actually kind of good. You know, he talks a lot about catching fish, fish behaviors, psychology of fish, and you know, he's the one who made the comparison that bass are like cats. You dangle something in front of their face and they're gonna strike it. And you know, that's true. Like if I were to grab a piece of rope right now and dangle it in front of Scamper's face, she'll have no choice but to strike. I don't know why cats are like that, but it's fun and it adds entertainment value to having a cat. But yeah, if you're into fishing stuff, you should check out Ace Video. He's pretty good. One thing I know for sure is this weekend we're going fishing, because this is my last weekend that I'll be able to fish a lot. Because this is next weekend, guys. That Saturday is August 1st. That Saturday, I'm going to try and do as many miles as possible on the bike. I got 750 kilometers to bang out in the month of August. I want to get them done as soon as possible. What the hell is that noise?
Holy crap, what is making that noise?
Yeah, lunchtime. Already had some fish. I love fish. So seeing how I forgot to take my lunch, I literally took my first break at 11:30ish, threw my food in the air fryer, and then I came downstairs afterwards and grabbed it while I was still on live chat and just ate at my desk while I was helping people. If you're wondering why it takes so long to go down the stairs, I can't do I gotta go down one step at a time because my friggin' knees are shot from biking. And age. Definitely age. Anyhoozle. What did I want to say here? What was I getting on about? I already forgot. That's also caused by age. Oh yeah! I took my first break and then I ate at my desk, and then I didn't take any breaks afterwards. I just kind of did my own thing. So I bought this bone broth from Walmart, and it's literally 40 calories for 250 ml cup at 9 grams of protein. There's no carbs, no fat. Bone broth. Savory sipping broth. Sure. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go upstairs. See, I can climb stairs no problem. It's going down that hurts my knees, which is weird, right? Shouldn't it be easier to go down than it is to go up? I'm gonna grab my big cup. I'm gonna grab my phone too so I can scan it and see if I can get it into the program. Like, I have multiple managers at work, multiple bosses, if you will. There's like team leads, and then there's the big manager. And one of the team leads, when I did my first fast and I did the fat fast, he tried to do a standard fast and couldn't do it. So he did a bone broth fast. Basically, you can drink bone broth throughout the day. Because you're not taking in any carbs or any fat, your body still has to burn the fat on your body. However, it will convert protein into carbs to help fuel any carb-related organ that can only use glucose as a fuel source. So you probably can't see that, but the scale actually does milliliter. So we are going to put 250 mils into this cup. And close enough. So obviously doesn't fill this cup. I thought the 250 mils would be more than that, but whatever. Gonna add a little bit of salt and pepper to it, and we're gonna nuke it. So like I said, tonight we will go to Dollarama and see if they have any fishing lures. Not like I really need any. I got a lot of stuff from the last weekend when we went to that place, the Outfitters. I got my 2 torpedoes. My friend gave me a top water jerk bait, and I got those baits as well, the worms that are flavored. Plus I have that scented stuff to put on other worms that I have. I got to remember to restock my worm supply because we're going to be going to a spot outside of town this week, or this weekend, and we're going to go fish a new location. That I got some tips from some friends that if you want to catch bass, you go here. And one of the tips was, if you want to catch bass using those torpedoes, go here and use the torpedo properly. See, the torpedo, I looked it up, it's like a jerk bait. So what, you don't just reel. you jerk the rod back and then you reel in the slack. Jerk the rod back, reel in the slack. Jerk the rod back, reel in the slack. That sounds like lines to a rap song if you ask me. But you probably didn't ask me, but I'm telling you anyway, because that's what I do. So yeah, by doing that there, it causes this like this pulse effect. And the video I watched on the guy doing that action with the torpedo, it actually causes like ripple effect in the water. And apparently it really pisses the bass off. It just drives them nuts. And they got to strike at the lure. So we're going to give it a try on Saturday or Friday, or I don't know, one of these days coming up. Saturday or Friday, maybe Sunday. We'll see. I don't know. Sometime on the weekend, we're going to this new fishing spot. We're going to throw down. Yeah, we're going to see what we get. I love how my dog just lays right in the middle of the way. He sees me coming and he just doesn't move. Like he thinks he's, well, he is a cat. Who am I kidding? All right, guys, got the bone broth done though, so that's good. Bone broth is done. Just gonna give it a quick stir here. Mix in all the salt and pepper. 9 grams of protein. So yeah, we're gonna head out there. Probably gonna grab a cooler, put some snacks in it, and you know, make a day out of it. Go out there and catch some guppies and go guppy hunting. And what's nice is the where we're going to be going, it's a different slot size for the fish, so you can keep more there than you can here in town where we normally go. Like the lake we normally fish off of is Nipissing. That's where we're at, that sunset there where I was last time. And the rules for what you can keep there are ridiculous. Like Struckus was telling me, there's been a couple times where he's caught in some, like a pickerel or walleye, whatever you want to call them. They got to be a certain size to be able to keep them, and I think they got to be over 18 inches. And he's caught a couple that have been perfect for eating, but they were like 17.8 inches. Because they're 0.2 under, you can't keep the damn thing. You got to send it back. Because if the game warden comes around, checks the fish, measures it, and you're not within limitations, God knows what they fine you with. You know, like when I caught that whitefish, I'm allowed to catch, on my conservation license, I can catch and keep 6 of those guys. Because nobody eats them. So it's like sunfish or bluegill, as I've heard them called. Nobody keeps them. They always throw them back. But the funny thing is the one time my friend and I tried them, we caught like 7 of them, and we had his dad fillet them, and he pulled these like tiny little chunks of the shittiest fillets you ever did see. So we battered them up and fried them up, and they turned into like little chicken nuggets, but they were bluegill nuggets. And there was 10 of them, so we each had 5. And that meat was probably the sweetest fish meat I've ever had in my life. So, can you eat bluegill? Sure. But there's a reason why they got a slot limit. On the sporting license, you can catch and keep 50, and on a conservation license, you can catch and keep 25. And you kind of need to if you plan on making a meal out of them, because you don't get much off of a bluegill. I think perch are pretty high too. I don't know, I'm gonna have to look that one up. I don't know what I'm allowed to catch and keep. My friend somewhat knows, but she doesn't really care because she doesn't catch and keep. She just returns everything that she catches back to the ocean. Holy crap, back to the lake, because she doesn't really care for fish. But like I really like fish. Like if I was really good at fishing, I'd probably say I'm going to get groceries and I would just go down to the lake and catch dinner. I don't know, we're gonna have some fun. We're gonna definitely have some fun. You know, I got the rod now in the bike. That's the other reason why I wanted to go to the dollar store, was I wanted to see if they had any like top water jigs or anything like that, like shitty ones that I can match up with that shitty pole and shitty reel, so that I can have a shitty time down at the lake and pull some shitty fish. Doesn't that sound shitty? Anyway, people, I'm gonna head back upstairs here. I got my bone broth. How does it taste? Is it any good? Oh, that's fantastic. God, it didn't taste that good when I made it. That's for sure. When I boiled those bones that one time? Yeah, that stuff was gross. Anyhoozle, gonna grab my phone, grab my bone broth, head upstairs, and get on with the rest of the shift. And, yeah, I'll talk to you guys after work, and we'll take a rip over to the place with the stuffing junk. Dollarama. Alright, guys. It's a good thing I had a lot of food today, between the waffles and the pancakes and the chicken and the fish, and I'm not even hungry, so that's pretty awesome. And you know what? I should grab my gear. We're going fishing. Well, not right now. Right now we're going to go to the dollar store and see about fishing lures. I'm gonna bring Chesty with me instead of the headband, and we're gonna wear that to do the video for tonight. Alright, we got Chesty all set up here. I've seen some people actually use this. This is the strap that you put on your hand, and they fish with that, and it's awkward. Well, I think it's awkward. I also have this piece here too, which is kind of sweet. You can attach it to like your helmet and have it aiming face back at you, so you can do like vlogging, but honestly the camera would be sitting like this far from your face aimed at you and would block your view while you're biking, so you might accidentally run someone over. But it'd be great for vlogging if you can pay attention while not killing people. I got that. I'm gonna go out into the garage first before we go anywhere, because I want to set up my fishing line, or my fishing rod. I broke my line last time I was out fishing. I got snagged and that was it. And it was too damn dark for me to do anything. So we basically called it. Called it what? Called it quits. So I figure now's no time like the never to go out there and tie off the new friggin' rig. Guess if I'm driving my truck, I kind of need the keys to operate it, right? Normally they function better that way. So let's go ahead and go out to the garage and we'll tie off something. Maybe I'll tie off one of those swivel things. That way there, if I decide I want to switch between a crankbait to a jig, I can do it on the fly rather than sitting around, dicking around. Alright, let's get after this. Alright, jig's tied off. We're good to go. I'm going to grab my bucket, as always, and my keys. I'm not going to bring in the torpedoes. I want to save those for when we go out this weekend, because where we're going, apparently the torpedoes are king. Today, I'm going to try just using regular drop baits. Just going to, throw them down, rig it. So let's go ahead and load this into the truck, and I'll be right back. Not going to lie, I'm kind of excited for this because I got a bunch of stuff I want to try out. Like I bought that, I'm bringing it with me too, that stuff pack. Makes your lure smell like night crawlers. And I've been doing a lot of research on that. And there was actually a guy who did a video on the stuff I bought, because I looked it up on YouTube. And if you're wondering what I bought, where did I put that? There it is. It is called Liquid Mayhem. I don't have the screen up, so I don't know if I'm in focus. So it's called Liquid Mayhem, No Fish Can Resist. And the guy did a video where he coated two of these guys. One of them was coated and one of them wasn't. And he literally was on a boat and he dropped them side by side. And the one that was coated had 3 times more strikes than the one that wasn't. So, to me, I like them odds. And he only coated it once, and he's like, a tube like this will last you a long freaking time. Obviously, if you're pulling snags, which I probably will tonight because sunset's bad for them, that's another story, but should be a good time. So right now we're gonna go to the dollar store and just see if we can what we can find there in their shitty lure pile, in their cheap lure pile, whatever you want to call it. And then my friend is actually bringing her bike to Sports Check because they got a brand new sleeveless bracket for it to install, and she's also getting her pedals upgraded. She's putting her bike through a whole bunch of upgrades before August. Brackets getting upgraded, brakes are getting upgraded, pedals getting upgraded. She's got a bike 300 kilometers in August. I got to do 750. My bike isn't getting upgraded. I might oil the chain. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, let's go to the Dollarama. Alrighty, Staples is over there, but Dollarama's right there. So let's go over there and see what we can get. Alright guys, I got a bunch of stuff for camping. I'll show you that after, like when we get home later on tonight. But I bought these two. A little Mako crankbait. Probably gonna suck. And this little spinnerbait. I don't know what the hell to call this. But it's called the Terminator. Oh yes, the aggression, the madness, the nonsense. This is gonna be fun. Alright guys, just got here. My first catch was that tree back there. So, we're gonna see if we can catch some dinner for tomorrow. Do you mean going over to that rock there? How do you get over there?
No, see where the triangle thing is?
Oh.
Over there.
Oh.
So, I don't know if you want to fish from this slanted rock.
Like my rock?
Yeah.
Where I normally...
Well, he's on your rock.
Oh.
So, hey. Hey, how are you? You could stand on that rock, and I could stand on my spot, or we can go to the point.
You want to try that point?
Sure.
Okay.
What do you guys normally use?
Chicken and worm.
Chicken and worm?
Yeah, I'm going to rock plastics. See how they play.
Yeah, I usually grab plastics, all right. We'll be back, bud. He's the one who got me a coffee when we were there all day. And he was like, you want a coffee? You watch my spot? I'm like, yeah. Decaf, 2 sweetener. What? Decaf? Coffee?
Yeah. It's like, okay, I'll get you a water.
No, he did it. He got me a decaf, 2 sweetener, 2 cream.
People ask for decaf, and there are some health benefits to it. But... Oh, somebody there?
Oh, that's the only thing about these shoes. My feet are soaked.
Oh, I think there's people here.
There's always people. Come on, keep going.
Oh. Do you mean like right?
No, it's right at the end of this point.
Oh. And duckies.
Worst case Ontario, we go back over there.
Yeah.
At least it's our spot in the family. Fucking like the fish that I catch over there were a bit bigger than what Buddy was catching for that Buddy was catching. Any luck tonight?
Not yet. Just got here though.
Oh, okay.
Oh, there's somebody down here. Oh, they're just walking. All right, guys. Looks like we're gonna cast off over here.
Yeah, so Buddy was standing right here, and he was going towards that little island.
So I could probably stand right here.
So you can stand right here. And he was just throwing right out front.
Where are you gonna go?
You can stand right there.
Oh, okay. Because I'm already over here, so I could just stand right there.
Well, no, come over here.
Where's that fake bait? There it is. There it is.
Worst case Ontario would go to the other spot.
So
Nobody's there.
I bought these saltwater Berkeley baits from that spot, from that Outfitters. Let's give one of these bad boys a try and see how they do. Alright guys, first cast of the day. Let's send it.
Two hours later.
Let me go see if the spot is
Free. I freed it. I already had a tap.
Yeah?
I'm pretty sure there's like one just hanging out right here, just angry. I need polarized glasses that can take the glare off the water.
Caught your line on accident. I didn't mean to, I'm sorry.
Huh?
I caught your line a little bit on accident.
Oh, it's okay.
Okay. I undid it, like it's good now.
It's good now.
Yeah.
Just
You
no
just,
fish.
you just have a lot of slack, so.
Yeah. No fish now.
You've been here a while?
Half hour, more 1.5 hour.
Okay.
Come
Switching it up. Switching it up. Gonna grab one of these guys. Gonna goop them up with the liquid mayhem. See what we can do. Yummy. Alright guys, we got the goop onto it. Let's send it out there and see if we can catch some fishies. Man, that goop is gross. I wish they were as hungry as I am.
Oh, I'm starving right now.
Like
Like, look like a big piece of meat that I want.
Like honestly, I think if I catch a fish, I'm gonna just bite it. That doesn't. It only works with cats. See the duck just look at you when you made the hiss sound? He's like, what? Like seriously, the ducks must know. Oh, these guys are fishing. Let's get in their way. Are you meowing at the duck? You know ducks are birds, right? Now it's like, that's like, do you want to mate? Like, wow, you're going full Donald on it. Yeah. Okay, we're good.
I want to pet it. Yeah, like that thing.
Wow, that sucked. Let me just pick that back up and try harder. Cast harder than I did last time.
Oh, I just want to touch it so bad. He's like, bye.
I gotta go home now.
I had a fish on the line that jumped right off. It was like this big. Like baby. A frogger, huh? Is that a frog on there? Oh yeah. Whirl, maybe you'll catch a big pike.
My friend is insisting on trying to pet a duck. I keep telling her it's a bad idea. She don't listen. She's trying to talk to it like Donald Duck. It's just not working for her. Who's a ducky?
Flies in your face, I'd laugh.
Did I just snag myself?
Well, that worm's pretty demo. Come back here, duck. I'll try to give you a worm again.
Doesn't want to be your friend.
Well, I'm offended. I want to be his friend. Well, that's not a very nice duck now, is it?
No, duck's a jerk face. Guys,
Back?
we're gonna take the Otaru Mako out for a rip. Got it right here. Let's hook it up to the line and see how stupid this thing is. Go dollar store lures, boys. It looks pretty good though, eh? Doesn't look too bad. We'll see how it does. Guys, let's see if this dollar store lure is worth the $1.25 I paid for it. My friend just laughed at me. I love her confidence in my dollar store lure. Go! Oh, that was awesome.
And I'm...
I'm gonna laugh if that actually catches a bass. All right, come on. Let's cast it out there this time. This time with a little bit of mustard, not too much relish.
Just gonna let my worm chill there for a bit. I like need to put line on this rod so bad if we go to Mattawa.
Oh.
Or like down to the bare minimum.
Have to hit up Outfitters again.
I got lines.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
You got one?
oh, he's just picking at it. They're just small.
Like, does this thing have any action or? Oh, that was awesome. The friggin' thing keeps engaging prematurely.
Holy, I'm surprised you can't hear my stomach growling in there.
I did. I thought you farted.
Holy cow.
You didn't hear that?
Huh?
I'm like, I did. I thought you farted.
You muffled it with your fart?
Like, bah.
My legs are closing right up. Aw. You see that? My bait went in 2 different places and my hook went way over there.
Your worm just came apart.
It did. It like literally split in half, so it went that way, and then my jig head's like over there. Friggin' ridiculous. Oh, I still got a butt on it. Do I keep getting it? Starting to think you're a jinx, Adam.
Yeah. Starting to think I am too.
Just kidding. You still have one of your original worms that you have?
What, the pink ones?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a bunch.
Okay, and what about the one, the other long worm? You're like, oh, we have one more of those left.
Oh no, I got a whole bag of those at home.
Well, what did you do with them in
No, they're in the bucket. My tackle bucket.
there? Oh, yeah, get a cup of coffee and put your jigs in it. Or your grub. You sit there overnight. Oh. I would know that. Hey, Duck, I'm just trying to be your friend. Not helping you.
Oh man. There's like a fish right over here and he just snapped at it. Ah. Here, fishy, fishy, fishy. It never works.
Well, guys, that was an absolute hilarious night of fishing. Everybody else there was using live bait. I was using plastics. I was the only one who caught a fish, if you call a rock bass a fish. And of all things to catch it on, the dollar store rig. What the heck was this thing called again? The Mako Aturo from the dollar store. $1.50. Caught me a rock bass. Everybody else there was using live bait. And I pulled that off with a freaking $1.50 treble hooked. Worst action you ever did see in the water lure. This thing was a piece of crap. Like, honestly. It was horrible. I think that little rock bass actually bent the treble hook. It's kind of neat. But yeah, it's, oh my god, just hilarious that it bit at that. But I guess that means that this lure will make the tackle box because it actually did some damage. So I'll stick it in here with the other treble hooked floating top water bait thingy. Cool. As for my dollar store adventure, let me show you what I got here. So I picked up one of these. They're great for doing like burgers and stuff, or for frying a fish. It was cheap. It was like $2. Basically, you open it up. Well, if it didn't have all the cellophane on it, you open it up and then you put your fish in there, your burgers in there, close it up, slide this over and put it over the campfire and let it do its thing. And it keeps your meat from falling out of your... I gotta get a camping tote. Just a plastic tote from Walmart to put all my camping gear in, but I'll just sit that on top of there. Some of this is coming in the house with me. Bought the shittiest Betty Crocker frying pan you ever did see. I really don't like that they use stickers on them. Just a little 8-inch pan. I really don't want to have to clean this pan with WD-40. There we go. But yeah, just a little $2 shitty frying pan to use with my little isobutane stove. Hopefully it doesn't melt. It is dollar store. I guess we'll find out. I also bought some utensils like tongs, spatula, you know, for doing tongs and spatula like things. Also, last but not least, I bought 3 of these ice packs for my cooler, just so I can have ice packs in my cooler. So the frying pan can stay out here. Oh, and I bought a cutting board. Always nice to have a cutting board. Tongs and a spatula, but I think the spatula might make its way into my kitchen, and one of my shitty spatulas will come camping. And I got some tongs because when you're cooking fish on a fire or in a frying pan, it's nice to have tongs to flip it. But I definitely do need to get like a tote or something to get organized on my camping gear. So that's pretty much going to conclude tonight, guys. Not much else going on. I'm going to go in the house and either A, cook a meal, or B, just starve tonight and carry on tomorrow. I don't think I can starve tonight. I think I'm going to need to cook something. Probably going to make that chicken. I'm kind of hungry, and I don't like going to bed hungry, because if you go to bed hungry, then you dream about like Pop-Tarts and stuff, and then you wake up in the morning and you do something stupid like make waffles and pancakes at the same time. So, on that note, people, yeah, this spatula is going to be great for pancakes tomorrow. This is going to be used in the house. Bought a little coffee cup, too. So, everything else in here is coming in the house, except for this cutting board. Those ice packs are going in the freezer. Yeah, pretty good deal on ice packs at the Buck store. Those ice packs are friggin' awesome, too. So, that's going to be great. Thank you, people. On that note, thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, click the like button. Any questions, comments, concerns, down below they go. Hopefully I got some footage of the fishing tonight on the GoPro. It was acting up. It kept shutting off because of the battery. Battery on that GoPro is really old and really shitty, so it is what it is. Thanks for watching. Like, favorite, comment. Don't forget to subscribe. Until next time, guys, stay safe. Peace the frig out. Sit, stupid. Sit. Good dog.